Good evening and welcome to the June 10th regularly scheduled Valley View School Board meeting. And I would ask that you silence your cell phones and rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance led by Vice President Zach.
United States of America. Indivisible.
Thank you for coming out this evening. Board affirmation statement. Member Campbell, if you would please.
Our mission is to empower every learner to be college, career, and life ready, and to develop, grow, and to achieve as a productive citizen.
To the agenda, Dr. Woods.
Thank you, Board President Quigley. We are seeking your approval of the agenda as presented.
Is there a motion? Motion and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The ayes have it. Student and staff recognition. I'm going to jump off the bus a little bit here. We have a couple, I would call monumental moments. I want to welcome Dr. Teresa Polson, Assistant Superintendent. Her first meeting. Welcome. And I want to welcome Patty Ariola as the new, well, soon-to-be new board secretary or clerk. Her first meeting. Welcome. And I found out today that Dr. Nash, this will be her last meeting. She's taking a job in a district nearby. Thank you. And it goes without saying, well, it doesn't go without saying, but Shelley Casey, this will be her last meeting. And thank you for all your years of service as well as Dr. Nash's. Thank you guys so much for what you've done for our district. Much appreciated, Julie. So, and we'll be giving out fun stuff to you guys later. But I just wanted to let, while we have a full room, everybody understand. These two ladies over 50 years of service to the district, so thank you so much for what you've done. All right, moving down the agenda, student staff recognition, IESA track and field qualifiers, Jane Addams Middle School. I guess they're the first on the agenda. Anybody here from JA? Nope, nobody here from JA? Okay. How about the ISA girls track and field state qualifiers from BHS?
How you doing? Good evening, school board, members of senior leadership, as well as Valley View community. My name is Pat Woods, and I'm the assistant principal for athletics at Bolingbrook High School. It's always a good night when we can recognize the accomplishments of our student athletes. And today we are just doing that with our boys and girls track team. The last 2 weekends in May, I got the honor to travel down to Eastern Illinois, where I witnessed our girls track qualifiers compete as well as our boys. Much of that is due to not only their hard work, but the hard work of our coaches, both Coach Lester, who coaches the boys track team, and Coach Sullivan, who coaches the girls track team. And with that being said, I'm going to call up Coach Sullivan and the girls track team.
Woods. Good evening, everyone. Trying to get the athletes to show up for this event was kind of a challenge because people were on vacation and stuff like that, but we do have some individuals that did were able to show up with me this evening to be recognized our track and field team. Again, I'm head coach John Sullivan, and I couldn't obviously this year our program grew extensively with the underclassmen. So we're very proud of our team, and the future looks great. We've got a lot of young, talented girls that came out this year, and the future is wonderful. We do have some talented basketball players on the team as well, so hopefully you'll see them being recognized next year as state basketball too, and cross and track and field. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and recognize the students that are with me today. A couple of them were alternates. They were part of our relays. The first one's Chloe Rivera, freshman. She's got a great future for us with our relays and our sprints. So congratulations. Kayla Cole, our next individual, very, very fast 400 runner. Hopefully next year she'll be a state qualifier for our 400. So congratulations. Thankfully, our last individual it was important for me to have here today because she has graduated, but her name is Kristen Johnson. Kristen has had a great career at BHS and will be remembered as one of the most decorated track and field athletes to ever walk our halls. During her senior indoor and outdoor season, she was champion in just about every race she did in the 55, the 60, the 200 indoor, and the 100 and 200 outdoor meter races. She was also our most important part of our relays, which was the anchor leg of our successful 4x1 and 4x2 relays. Kristen was the Southwest Suburban Conference indoor champion of the 60 and 200 meter races and earned all conference honors. She was the Southwest South Suburban Conference outdoor champion in the 100 meter race and placed second in the 200 meter race and earned all conference. For our state series, Kristen qualified in 4 events, the 100, the 200, as well as the anchor for the 4x1 and the 4x2 relays. She made it to the finals in the 100 meter and finished her career in 9th place and all-state honors. Kristen was voted captain by our team and has been a great leader and a role model to her teammates. She's a very humble person and also holds new school records. She will continue at the next level running for the Illinois State Redbirds. Congratulations, Kristen. Okay, it looks like a couple more showed up. Danielle Cathy is one of our relay state qualifiers. She's also a great basketball player, so this is one of those that you might see next year as well as a state champion in basketball. So congratulations, Danielle. Yeah, go ahead. All right. Yasmin Abdul. Gonna give you this one. She just moved here from, here, I'll just give you that one. I'll give you when we get there. She just moved here from England during the start of our second semester, and she ran over in England, did track and field there, and we were very anxious to see how she could do for us. And she did so well, she was one of our state qualifiers in our 4x1 relay. So congratulations. 4x2 relay, I'm sorry. So what's up? Another girl that came over from our basketball program, who will also hopefully next year be up here in front of you as state champion in basketball, Sarah Carter. She's one of our relay state qualifiers. Congratulations. Anybody else? Okay. Thank you very much, and I'm going to turn this over to Coach Lester, coach of the boys team.
All right, thanks, Coach Sullivan. I'm Jeff Lester. I'm the head boys track and field coach at Bolingbrook. We had a very special season. Unfortunately, we only have two of our athletes with us tonight. It's been it's a crazy time, as we know. We did have 21 qualifiers this year. The 2024 season included, we had 134 athletes on our team that put on the Bolingbrook uniform and competed for us this year, and they helped get us to where we were. We qualified 9 events to the state meet. That is the second most we've ever had, and it tied with the 2007 team that had Troy Doris on that team. We had the other one was in 1994, which had 11 events. 9 events is the second best in school history, tied with 2007. We had 3 all-state finishes. Our 4x800, starting a few weeks ago, and really about a month ago now, at our conference meet, they broke their school record with a time of 7:56. Then at sectionals, They broke their own school record again, running 7:52. They run at prelims, they run 7:48 to break their school record again. And then on Saturday at the final, they ran 7:42 to again break their own school record, but that 7:42 sits 14th in the nation, which is fantastic. Terrence Jackson, who's a senior, he's on vacation right now. He's not with us. He was All-State in the 400. He is committed to run and be a business major at the University of Louisville. And then our 4x400, similarly to our 4x800, got 6th place, broke their school record with a freshman leading off for us at the beginning, which we had a little bit of an injury scare that night, but he led off for us that 4x4 to help us qualify for finals, and we beat the rain, and we were kind of waiting anxiously to see if we were going to make finals, and we ended up doing it. And then we had 4 four-year seniors run for us that last event at state to get 6th place in the 4x4 to break the school record again on Saturday, which was just a really, really special moment for those 4-year seniors because they helped build this program up in their 4 years, which is just phenomenal. Overall, at the end of the state meet, we placed 17th in state as a team, which is 6th best finish in our school's history, behind, again, teams with Troy Doris on it and teams in the early 90s that were really, really, really good. Again, unfortunately, I wish I had all 21 guys here to talk about them. We only have the 2, but first guy I'll introduce is Jason Vervac on that. Give it up, Jason. Jason was on that famed 4x800 meter relay, and he is the only sophomore on that. So we're very excited to see how he can, what he can do the next 2 years. So we were joking about it. He was the ultimate team guy. He split in that record-breaking 4x8. He split 155. Unfortunately, that doesn't count for the sophomore record, which is like 2 minutes flat. But I'm sure he'll take the All-State in the 4x8. Our next athlete that's here is Devin Cathy. Devin, come on down. Devin is also a sophomore. He is also one of just, I don't have the exact number off the top of my head. I believe it's either 10 or 11 individuals that have qualified for state in 3 events in the same year. And he did that as a sophomore. He qualified for us in the long jump, breaking the sophomore school long jump record. He qualified in the 4x200 meter relay, and he qualified in the 200 individually. And as a sophomore, again, those two were really, really looking forward to continue to build this program. So really special season for us. We appreciate everyone coming out and thank those two for coming. Thank you.
I don't know about you guys, but they all look fast. I don't know. All right. Romeoville.
Good evening. My name is Steve Stefanski, the head girls track coach at Romeoville High School. Go Spartans. We're here tonight. We have 2 of the 4 girls that qualified for the IHSA state meet. For the most part, our track season's been pretty successful. We had a large number of girls out this year. We've qualified and placed girls at the indoor state track meet, and we also qualified 4 events for the outdoor state track meet. Tania Miller, who is not here today, qualified in 4 events. She was here last year as a state placer. She qualified in the 100, the 200, 4x1, and 4x2, and was our team MVP. She is not here today. Next, we have Milan Cadet, who is a freshman on our relay team. She was part of our qualifying 4x1 and 4x2 relay teams. The 2 girls that are here tonight, the first we have Taylor Cicero. Taylor came out after her club volleyball season was over and came out for the outdoor season and really helped us with our relays and helped us qualify in the 4x1 and 4x2 relays. Next, we have Jayla Patterson, who qualified also in the 4x1 and 4x2 relays. She was last year's MVP and has been a big part of our program for the last 4 years. So again, thank you very much for having us. Next we have Coach Harper. All right, thank you.
Good evening. First, I'd like to take this time to thank everybody for coming out and asking us to bring our athletes in here so they can be recognized for their accomplishments this year. We had one state qualifier, Sean Alexander. Sean is a true student athlete in every sense of the word. He has a current cumulative GPA above 4.0. He's in the top 10% of his class. Top 10% of his class. He currently holds the sophomore record in triple jump with a jump of 44 feet 2 inches. He finished third in conference in triple jump, earning all conference honors. He placed third at the Joliet Central Sectional with his career best 44.2. And then he placed 22nd out of 46 athletes in 3A state track meet. He's going to only get better. Like I said, he holds the record as a sophomore, and the guy who holds our school record as a sophomore only went 42 feet 5 inches. So he's on the pace to clip him by the time he's a senior, we hope. Once again, Sean Alexander.
Again, they look really fast. All right, moving down the agenda. My computer comes back up here. Treasurer's report. Mr. Renich, if you would, please.
The Treasurer's Action Report 6.1 for the month of May includes the normal schedule of financial reports, balance sheets, summary revenues and expenditures, and interim obligations and debt service payments totaling $10,725,902.16 for your approval.
Is there a motion? So moved. Motion and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, hearing none, a roll call vote, please.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Member Sutherland?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Zach?
Yes.
President Quigley?
Yes. Mr. Renich.
6.2 scheduled bills. The scheduled bills for the month of June, we have 6 funds totaling bills payable of $4,712,167.01 for your approval.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Member Sutherland?
Yes.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Zach?
Yes.
President Quigley?
Yes. Mr. Renich.
In your packet, you have a 6.3, the summary of investments for the month of May, along with 6.4 state funding update, 6.5 property taxes received, and 6.6 all schools trust account activity. This is an informational agenda item.
Anybody have any questions? I did see that where are we at with the tax collection? Is that pretty much standard for this time of the year?
Yes, this is when we will start seeing the flow of the largest flow of our taxes will
Right.
come in May and June, correct?
Right, yep, thank you. All right. Moving down the agenda, Dr. Woods, what do we have? The consent agenda, please.
Yes, tonight we are seeking your approval of 7 consent agenda items. 7.1 board meeting minutes, May 13, 24. 7.2 executive session meeting minutes, same date. Recommendation of Member Campbell as candidate for Vice President of the Illinois Association of School Boards, that was 7.3. 7.4 gifts to J.R. Tibbet Elementary School and Woodview Elementary School. 7.5 authorization to prepare tentative budget, school year 24-25. 7.6 serious safety hazard transportation area. And 7.7 Romeoville High School trips.
Is there a motion? Motion and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Member Sutherland?
Yes.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Zach?
Yes.
President Quigley?
Yes. In that agenda, we just are going to make a recommendation for Member Campbell, who has been a long-serving member of the Illinois School Board Association Board, on their board in various positions, and is well-deserving of this. So of the thousands of people who sit on school boards in Illinois, she's been dedicated to this for a very long time, so good luck with that. And we know that if you get in this role, you'll be representing us properly. So thank you, Member Campbell. All right, moving down the agenda, liaison reports. Anything off from my right?
Okay, I do from Wilco Career Center. The end of the year is done. We have another meeting coming up in June on the 18th. Right now we have the Skills US competition results. In the first place for the crime scene investigations, we had 2 qualifiers. One was Samantha Reynolds from Romeoville, and the other one was Nia Wright from Romeoville. In third place for the crime scene investigation, we had 3 qualifiers that came in. J.C. Pointer from Bolingbrook, Kayana Maza from Bolingbrook, and Nethlina Varla Orquez from Romeoville. I'd like to say thank you for them, and that is all I have.
My turn. I'm so excited. This is my first thing out. Secondary Transition Education Program. Some of you guys know I don't like acronyms, but some of you might not know that step. So I gave them this black hat, and this is what they created. So that is the best hat that I have and most cherished. So I did want to share that. I did wear it to their graduation and to Bolingbrook High School graduation, where I was a little late there, but I made it there. And as the Three Rivers Director of the Illinois Association of School Board, we did meet on Saturday down in Springfield, and I just wanted to highlight some things that are going on. Starting on July 1st, the Build Connections and Build Community for school board members who are part of the association will be able to attend a webinar of the changes, and that webinar will be June 17 at noon and also at 6 p.m. And the conference, Illinois Association of School Board Conference, have also started, and that the registration is greater than it has been. And on Thursday, we will still have the Illinois Association of School Boards Equity Immersion Conference, and one of our speakers there will be our own Mrs. Maria Burgos. And also, we already have our speakers there. And then the last thing is that save the date for, we're no longer part of the National School Board Association. We're part of the Consortium of State School Board Association, CUSD, and their annual conference will be March 21st through the 23rd of 2025. And all these minutes can be found for our members on the website. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Any from my left? I just got a real quick, those of you aware that the Illinois General Assembly finished up their business a few days earlier than they normally do by the required constitutional deadline of end of May. In the budget that they passed, there is some additional funding for education, K through 12 education. Just want to highlight a couple things. There's $75 million for the early childhood block grant, with a focus on adding 5,000 more opportunities for placement in preschool deserts, $14 million to launch the Department of Early Childhood for the state of Illinois, $36.5 million for Child Care Assistance Program K through 12, another continued $350 million increase towards the EBF, evidence-based funding, and $45 million for the Teacher Vacancy Grant Program. So those are some big dollars coming out there. And there's also $8 million that has been put into the Higher Education Fund for minority teacher scholarship programs. And there's a whole bunch of stuff in a $53.6 billion budget, you can imagine. And it's well over 2,000 pages. But there's a lot in there, but it's good news for us because we will pick up a few of those dollars. And I want to thank our state representatives and senators locally for their efforts in making sure that Valley U gets our cut of what maybe sometimes a little more, because they work hard for us. And I just want to thank them for their efforts. So thank you all that are part of that. So, moving down the agenda. Audience participation. Is there anybody in the audience who wishes to address the board? Seeing none, hearing none, moving down the agenda. Dr. Nash, Assistant Superintendent for Human Resources.
Yes, sir, thank you. Action Report 10.1 is our consolidated action report. We're seeking your approval this evening on all items as presented.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Is there any discussion? Not, a roll call vote would be in order.
Member Campbell,
Yes.
Member Sutherland,
Yes.
Secretary Sikora,
Yes.
Vice President Zach,
Abstain.
and President Quigley.
Yes. All right, moving down the agenda. Assistant Superintendent for Administrative Services, Mr. Renich. What you all came here for, the trash removal compactor rental agreement.
That's an important component of our operations here. So Valley View's current contract for trash removals with Waste Management Incorporated. The agreement covers a 3-year period beginning July 2020 through June of 23 and allows for a contract extension for 2 additional years. Last year, the board approved the contract extension for 23 to 24. At the May 24th board meeting, an information report was presented to identify the district's intention to seek a request for proposal, or RFP, from waste hauling contractors. The district explored this option by seeking RFPs from 5 reputable waste hauling haulers. The proposals received from only 2 of the providers, Waste Management and SBC Solutions. The administration is recommending that the Board of Education award a contract to Waste Management for 1 more additional year from July 1st, 2024 to 2025 for the total amount of $226,160.
We have a motion, we have a second. Is there any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Member Sutherland,
Yes.
Member Campbell,
Yes.
Secretary Sikora,
Yes.
Vice President Zach,
Yes.
President Quigley.
Yep.
11.2, at the May 13, 2024 board meeting, an information report was presented to identify the administration's intention to replace the district's wireless infrastructure. The district's wireless infrastructure is the backbone of technology for student learning and for the district-wide communication. The wireless infrastructure is reaching its useful life of 8 years and is part of the Technology Infrastructure Program. The district is maximizing funding for this project by utilizing E-rate funding program. The request for proposal was posted following all the compliance requirements via the E-rate program. Proposals were received and assessed, and based on the stringent program requirements, and vendors were selected utilizing a matrix. E-rate will cover 85% of our eligible expenditures, or approximately $1.4 million of the cost. So based on the results of the request for proposal, the administration is recommending that the Board of Education award Sentinel Technologies to provide a Cisco wireless system for the amount not to exceed $475,556.58.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion and seconded.
Second.
Is there any discussion? If not,
I have a
roll-
question.
Oh.
So, Mr. Gilmore, I see you in the audience. How long do you anticipate that this structure will last? If the last one only lasted 8 years?
You got to come up to the microphone, yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
30 seconds of fame.
Good evening. So that's a great question. That 8-year to 10-year time frame is usually the useful time lifespan of a wireless system. What happens is maybe every 4 to 5 years, that's when you're going to see new technologies come out. You might hear of things called Wi-Fi X, AC, all these different classes. And so when you get to that 8-year time frame, that's usually when you kind of double that lifespan of the different technologies that come out. And so 8 years, 10 years, that's usually the span that you really want to get out of your access points. So by the time that we're ready to go again and replace these, will also be into our next E-rate cycle too. So we'll have the funds to cover them again the next time this comes around. Oh, my
Thank you.
pleasure.
All right. So we have a motion and a second. If there's no further discussion, a roll call vote would be in order.
Member Sutherland?
Yes.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Zach?
Yes.
President Quigley?
Yes. Mr. Renich,
11.3 is Resolution 2432 for the approval of a school treasurer and treasurer's bond. Section 8.1 of the Illinois School Code requires the Board of Education to appoint a school treasurer, which is being done tonight by a formal resolution. In addition to the school code requires the school board to purchase a treasurer's bond or insurance at 10% of our anticipated fund balances. The Regional Office of Education requires a certain documentation for this process. For your convenience, I've included those documents in your packet. The administration is recommending that the Board of Education adopt the Resolution 2432, appointing John Rennish as a school treasurer, and approve the purchase of a treasurer's bond for fiscal year 24-25 as presented.
for motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, seeing none. Roll call vote, please.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Member Sutherland?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Zach?
Yes.
President Quigley?
Yes. Moving down the agenda.
11.3 is Resolution 2433 for the approval of designating all earned and accrued interest. So why are we doing this? In 2009, the Illinois Administrative Code changed, which now makes it necessary for school districts to pass an annual resolution recognizing accrued interest or earned income. Recognizing designation of interest gives the Board of Education the authority to earmark interest earned and later flexibility to transfer this earned income to a fund of most need. It is estimated that the district will earn about $7 million in interest this year. Without this resolution, we would not have the access to these dollars for an opportunity to make transfers in the future. So the administration is recommending that the Board of Education approve the attached resolution as written, which allows the Board of Education to designate all earned and accrued investment and bank interest earnings as interest and not as principal for the coming and all fiscal years, and further move to maintain a record of such earnings as stipulated in the resolution.
For motion? Motion and seconded. Is there any discussion? Roll call vote.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Member Sutherland?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Zach?
Yes.
President Quigley?
Yes. Third-party administrators, stop loss. Mr. Renich.
11.5, the district workers' compensation insurance program is similar to our medical insurance program. More specifically, they are both self-funded programs with fixed costs. The district has received a proposal from the current provider, Illinois Public Risk Fund, IPRF. The proposal has three main components that should be considered. Self-insurance retention, or SIR. The district maintains an excess workers' comp insurance program that currently includes a self-retention insurance deductible as a set amount for the district must pay our insurance company, which begins to cover claims. So that's kind of like our deductible, which is at $400,000. Last year, if you remember, it was set historically at $750,000. So we've been able to lower our exposure by over $350,000 on our self-insurance claims. The second component of third-party administrator, TPA. A third-party administrator is a company that provides the operational services such as claims processing and employee benefits management under the contract to the company. And the last component is the compensation losses, which are over $1 million for the last 2 years. The administration is recommending that the Board of Education approve Illinois Public Risk Fund IPRF program at a total cost of $181,631 for the period of July 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 2025.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion and seconded? Seconded. If there is no discussion, a roll call vote would be in order.
Member Sutherland?
Yes.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Zach?
Yes.
President Quigley?
Yes. Operational software.
11.6, at the May 13, 2024 board meeting, information report was presented identifying many of the instructional and operational software services, supports, and maintenance agreements the district utilizes. This is a report that is brought to the board each year outlining all the titles that support our learners and our administrative functionality. We have 18 titles falling under the district's educational services support and 8 titles falling under administrative services for technology support. In total, we have 26 titles that are in excess of $25,000 renewal. Containing your packet is a report that has a detail of all the software being considered in renewal. So the administration is recommending that the Board of Education approve the software, services, support, and maintenance renewals for fiscal year 2025 totaling $2,927,881 as presented.
Is there a motion? Member Campbell and seconded by Member Sutherland. Everybody's off to the races tonight. All right, if there's no further discussion, or if there is any discussion, roll call vote would be in order.
Member Sutherland?
Yes.
Member Campbell? Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Zach?
Yes.
President Quigley?
Yep. Oven purchases, kitchen equipment.
Nutritional Services seeking approval for 2 types of capital purchases. The first purchase is a new point-of-sale terminals. The terminals have reached their useful life and have been identified by technology in need of replacement. There are a total of 23 terminals at a cost of $35,834. The second capital purchase for Nutritional Service is 6 double-stacked convention ovens. These 6 ovens have been identified as being over 20 years old and have reached their useful life. The schools are receiving these new ovens have been identified in your packet and is at a cost of $81,439.26. So the administration is recommending that the Board of Education approve the Nutritional Services equipment purchase as presented.
For motion? Member Sutherland, motion. Who's got the second? Mr. Zach. His light's on. All right. We have a motion and a second. If there's no discussion about buying ovens, roll call vote would be in order.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Member Sutherland?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Zach?
Yes.
President Quigley?
Yes. Salary recommendations.
11.8. Each year at this time, salaries for administrative, professional, and technical staff would be established. Historically, the Finance Committee would set an overall increase not to exceed as guidance for navigating through the process. This year's process was similar, but at tonight's meeting, the Board of Education will be presented with an itemized list as a recommendation per the board district's policy. The administration has recommended that the Board of Education approve the salary increases for fiscal year 24-25 for administrative, professional, and technical staff as presented.
We have a motion and seconded. I'm not sure who said it. Came from down there, no?
Nope.
Came from down there? I don't know. I can't hear. All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Member Sutherland?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Zach?
Yes.
President Quigley?
Yes. Moving down the agenda.
11.9, at the February 12, 2024 board meeting, the board approved the Bolingbrook High School outdoor track replacement project. This report is a request to amend the scope of work based on final site conditions encountered. The scope of the work will require the replacement of the entire track. The original track was over 20 years old. So the administration is recommending that the Board of Education approve a revised scope of work to Schroeder Asphalt Services, Inc. for Bolingbrook High School outdoor track replacement for the amount not to exceed $165,000.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion and seconded. If there's no discussion, a roll call vote, please.
Member Sutherland?
Yes.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Zach?
Yes.
President Quigley?
Yes. Dr. Polson. 12.1, Consolidated District Plan for FY25.
All right, thank you, President Quigley. Consolidation District Plan 12.1, information was presented as informational item on May 13th regarding the Consolidated District Plan for the fiscal year 25. The Illinois State Board of Education system for consolidating and streamlining the federal grant application process and management is seen as the Consolidated District Plan. The administration respectfully requests that the Consolidation District Plan for the fiscal year 25 is approved as presented.
Motion by Member
Second.
Campbell, seconded by Member Sutherland. If there is no discussion, a roll call vote would be in order.
Member Sutherland?
Yes.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Zach? President Quigley?
Yes. Dr. Polson, e-learning plan.
Thank you. 12.2 e-learning plan. Information was also presented at the May 13th board meeting regarding the Valley View District e-learning plan. The Valley View School District's approach for this format in e-learning is for students in grades pre-K through 12 plus in place of the event of a school closing. The administration respectfully requests the approval of the e-learning plan as presented.
Motion? Motion and seconded. Motion, seconded. If there is no discussion, a roll call vote would be in order.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Member Sutherland?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Zach?
Yes.
President Quigley?
Yes. Action report, student process case A. Dr. Woods.
Yes, we are seeking your approval on action report item 13.1, student discipline due process case A.
Is there a motion?
Second.
Motion and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, seeing none, a roll call vote would be in order. Thank you.
Member Sutherland?
Yes.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Zach?
Yes.
President Quigley?
Yes. Superintendent's information report. Superintendent update, Dr. Woods.
Yes, just a little update on some summer activities for our students and staff. And just got to say, I'm a huge believer in providing experiences for students that extend beyond the confines of our school year. And our summer learning experience for our littlest learners all the way up to STEP is happening across the district, across school sites. It's quite exciting. The students are involved in a variety of enrichment activities, and it's also promoting academic growth as well. As you see, a total of 1,055 students are receiving enrichment support this summer. This is the season of construction, and there's quite a lot of activity occurring across the school district. Mike Lopez and his team have done a phenomenal job over the year planning for summer construction. Just a few photos are present tonight, but again, there's a ton of work happening to help build out our school to make it of good value to our school community. At Oakview, the ground has been broken for classrooms to extend services and support through the early childhood program. Over at Independence, they're receiving a kitchen upgrade, and at Salk, there's a site renovation and playground being erected. And again, this is just a few of many projects happening across the district. Just a reminder to save time, register now for the 24-25 school year using the link posted. And I would like to say we just had a recent job fair that went quite well this past Friday, June 7th, and we have another one Tuesday, July 16th, that'll be held at the Fountaindale Library, the hours posted. And just some reminders about important upcoming dates. Wednesday, June 19th is Juneteenth, and district will be closed. Friday, August 2nd is the last day for online registration. August 8th through 15th is the date range for our school meet and greet dates. You can receive additional information or reminders by clicking on that link. And of course, schools will broadcast reminders as well. Thursday, August 15th is the first day of schools. It's kind of hard to believe that we're already back to thinking about the start of the school year, and summer has just begun. And Monday, August 19th is the first day of school for pre-K and early childhood students. And I believe that's the end of my update.
Insurance renewal.
The district has been using Alliant Insurance Services, Inc. as our benefits consultant since 2010. Lion has been excellent in providing services in all facets of the district's insurance program. These include health, dental, life, disability, stop loss, and vision. We have requested and received a multi-year contract from Alliant. They have requested an increase, the second in 12 years, which would bring their annual service fee to $115,000, representing their total compensation for the district over the next 2 years. It's important to note, though, that this agreement continues to exclude Alliant from receiving any form of compensation from any of insurance carriers, which alleviates any bias or any recommendations that we have, which is unusual in this type of relationship. So this is an information item with the goal to bring a recommendation to the next Board of Education meeting.
Thank you. Where are we at next? Pest control.
Valley View's current contract for pest control is with Presto X, expires on July 31st, 2024. The Presto X has been providing excellent service to the district for the past 5 years. Pest control is part of the comprehensive integrated pest management, or IPM program, which is under the jurisdiction of the Illinois Department of Public Health. Our pest control program is consistent with our school district's strategic goal of investing and maintaining in our facilities to be safe and meet the audit and inspection requirements. Again, this is just an information item with the goal to bring a recommendation at the next board meeting.
Technology and
in support of the district's strategic plan, the technology department has created a 4-year plan for device replenishment to support staff, students, and the district's infrastructure. The technology team has done an excellent job in detailing all the particulars, including expenses related to each area of the plan, which is contained in your packet. I will work with Mr. Gilmore to incorporate this plan in the 24-25 budget, and if the Finance Committee remembers, this is where we were able to alleviate taking out short-term loans and short-term debt and saving the taxpayers almost $350,000 in interest income by working with Mr. Gilmore and restructuring technology and putting this plan in place. So it's our goal to bring an information report back to the administration at the board at the next Board of Education meeting.
Thank you. Job descriptions, Dr. Nash.
Yes, sir. Information report 14.5 reflects 2 job descriptions that we are bringing to the board for revision. It's important to understand that neither of the changes to the job descriptions reflect any increase in FTE. They are merely bringing the responsibilities that have evolved over time to paper, and some of these are already responsibilities that these individuals are taking or doing right now in their current roles. So we will be seeking your approval at the July 15th board meeting, and I will be available until June 28th to answer any questions that you might have regarding the changes.
Thank you. All right, moving down the agenda, legal services report.
No legal services report this evening.
Valley View 604 report. Seeing none, moving down. Valley View office personnel, same thing. No report. Oh, come on down. Here you are. Well, I know what this is about.
Good evening, senior leadership, members of the board, and the community. Also, senior leadership and members of the board especially, thank you for your support and collaboration during the Valley View Office Personnel Union elections 2024. The election results for executive board officers are as followed. President Maria Raices. Vice President Leti Vasquez. Secretary Vicky Gorski. Treasurer Sandy Stewart. And Senator Christy Steffes Widlack. We We look forward to working with the Valley View School District Human Resources and the Superintendent's Office with a positive intention and mindset that would bring a lot of benefits to both the school district and the Valley View office personnel members, working together to achieve a harmonious work environment for all office personnel and supportive staff members district-wide. As president, I look forward to an ongoing mutual commitment, collaborative partnership to help enhance and improve the labor-employer relationship district-wide, continuing to support students, their families, administration, and the community with integrity and grace. I welcome Dr. Wood and all our new administrative staff members to the team. Let's put our best foot forward, working towards a bright future and continued joint effort towards achieving common goals and leading successfully. I proudly represent the office personnel for the Valley View School District. Our objective is to uphold the American Federation of Teachers Local 604 mission and motto. We're dedicated in advancing and promoting quality public education, improving teaching and learning conditions, and protecting members' rights. A union of professionals that champion fairness, democracy, economic opportunity, and a high-quality service and support to the Valley View students, their families, and of course, our community. Working for every learner, let's move onward and upward through kindness and unity. Thank you. And now, for our Vice President, Leti Vasquez.
Good evening, members of the board, Superintendent Dr. Wood, Assistant Superintendent Dr. Polson, senior leadership, and our Valley View office personnel. We are truly excited to take on this new responsibility. We understand the importance of this role and are committed to working diligently to ensure it operates smoothly and achieve great things. We would like to recognize 3 of our retiring office personnel. Eileen Nels, Bolingbrook High School, 9 years. Joanne Fife, Bolingbrook High School, 26 years. Lynn Countryman, Finance Administration Center, 35 years. Their dedication and perseverance has set the bar for the rest of us. They will be greatly missed. Ladies, congratulations on your retirement and best wishes. We would also like to recognize Patty Ariola on her new promotion. The Administration Center office personnel welcomes you, and we look forward to working with you in your new position. Congratulations and best wishes. As the summer unfolds, we want to remind our personnel to take the time you need to rest, recharge, and bask in the glory of the season. We look forward to seeing you back in the office soon, full of energy and enthusiasm for the challenges and opportunities that the fall will bring. Again, thank you for the incredible opportunity. We are eager to work with all of you.
All right, moving down the agenda. Valley View Transportation, 3057. Nope. Anybody here? All right, now moving down the agenda. Old business. Well, I don't know where you're going to put this in, but let's just do it. Because you've been here a long time. I'm going to go to the microphone and make you come up and say something. So as we mentioned earlier, this is Shelley's last meeting. She's been here a long time, and I'm not going to go into how many years, but since I've been on the board, Shelley was always somebody that I could talk to. She replaced Dolores, who had been there a good long time, but she always gave us good advice, called us, and she keeps people in line, is always sending out who's going to be here, who's not going to be here. We're going to make sure we have a quorum and yada, 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 and so much. I will tell you guys, sometimes when there's bad things happening, Shelley always has a very pleasant demeanor, and it can be on a Saturday morning or a Sunday when she calls or texts and says, hey, I'm sorry to have to do this, but she's always the best to talk to. You will be sorely missed by everyone on this board, and I'm sure by the administration, and by probably every one of your peers that you ever touched, and some that you probably didn't touch. So on behalf of the board, we have a little parting gift, a little baggie, and a card, and I just want to tell you thank you. Get up here. You got to say something. You're not going to sit there and get away from not saying something tonight. I was trying to make her cry, but apparently I'm not that good at this.
I'm hiding back at you. I don't know what to say. Oh my gosh. Thank you.
And whatever she's doing, we look forward to her having a successful retirement.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Oh, I appreciate you guys. Well, I really didn't want to have to speak. I'm not much of a speaker, but I want to thank all of you. You've all been amazing to work with. Actually, everybody in the district, since I started many years ago, we'll just go with that. Everyone's great here. It's been a wonderful, wonderful ride, and thank you all. That's all I got.
All right, moving down the agenda. Any new business before the board this evening? Seeing none, moving down the agenda. Freedom of information is available on our website through Mr. Blaney's office. He is not here this evening, but I'm sure that he would agree that that is true. Any announcements by the board? From my right?
Just want to wish everybody a great summer. Enjoy it with your family. And August 15th, I guess, is the first day of school again.
From my left?
I would like to thank everybody who came out to the Valley View Educational Enrichment Foundation golf outing last Thursday. Hopefully you had a wonderful time. It was a beautiful day, a little windy. But we had a great time, and we truly appreciate all the sponsors and everyone who came out and golfed with us. So thank you very much. And again, just like Victor said, please have a wonderful summer and enjoy. You deserve it.
And I just want to wish everyone also a wonderful summer. Relax, enjoy, but be safe. Thank you.
A couple things. First of all, the Enrichment Foundation, former member Perro's here. She's a big instrumental part of that, and I'm sure at some point Mr. Lawler or Diane will be here to tell us all about what happened and how much money you guys raised. And it is a wonderful, wonderful thing that they do and have raised close to $2 million, getting pretty close if they haven't raised it over the years. So that's just a great thing that they do to help our teachers with extra stuff that they want to do, and it's been hugely beneficial. On a personal note, I didn't really want to say anything about this, but I had an unspeakable tragedy in my family, and it's why I missed the graduations. But I just want you guys to understand something. 1/100th of a second can mean the difference between life and death in your day every day. Our family lost 4 family members in 1/100th of a second a couple of weeks ago. Hug your children, your little kids, never take anything for granted. I really, really want to thank my fellow board members, the members from the Valley View community who have reached out, my friends all through this area. We didn't put it up on Facebook or anything because it was just a shocking tragedy. But my nephew lost his entire family in the fell swoop of a 1/100th of a second. So please, when you're driving, and it wasn't their fault, but just please pay attention because it can happen so fast and it can be so devastating. My heart goes out to my brother who lost 2 grandchildren, my mom who lost 2 great-grandchildren, my parents, whatever, lost 2 great-grandchildren. And today just happens to be the 12th anniversary of the death of my sister from breast cancer. So all you ladies out there, and all you men who care about the ladies out there, insist, don't ask, please insist that they go and get their regular checkups. My sister was diagnosed with cancer at 34 and dead at 37. So Please do these things for yourselves. She should never have been in that situation, but she didn't go get checked, and she knew she was a doctor. She probably knew she had a problem, but they say doctors are the worst patients. So all that being said, I don't want to be Debbie Downer here, but I do want to thank everybody for the warm outreach and the things and the comments that people called me and text messages, what have you. It does mean a great deal, because some of the times we do some stuff up here that's not as much fun, and sometimes you do some things that are great, but this puts it all into personal perspective, and I hope you guys have a wonderful summer. Please be safe. I don't want to have to do one of these again the rest of my life. And if you really want, well, I don't want to go into it because it will make you cry. But when you see strong men on bended knees, it is very, very hard. So God bless you all, and I really do hope everyone has a wonderful, relaxing summer, and we will continue to do the business of Valley View like we do. So thank you all. Welcome, and goodbye. So that's my comments for the... Anyone else have any comments? Any announcements by the administration?
Yes, I'd just like to say best wishes to Dr. Nash in her new role. And Shelley, Casey, as you go on your next adventure, you've been very gracious. Both of you have been very gracious to me in my transition into the superintendency. I don't know what I would have done without you guys. And I appreciate all your years of service to the district. And welcome to Patty and Dr. Polson.
Yes, I'd like to say something. Shelley is just amazing. When you call her, even when she's at the emergency room, she just takes the call anyway. So, Patty, hopefully I won't be calling you, and then she answers emails like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And so, but just welcome, Patty, Dr. Polson, and Dr. Nash. Thank you for your service as well. God bless you all.
Anybody else? If there is no other comments, a motion to adjourn would be in order. So moved. Motion and second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Have a good night. Please be safe.